Hello, farmers. How's everybody doing today? Uh, I've got something very, very special to show you guys. Um, LS Modding. I think that's it. I think that's who it is. I think that's their name. I'll have to double check here in a second. But it looks like somebody had finally had heard, I guess, a good idea or whatever. And I can't take credit for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that somebody else out there had said something about Bale storage at some point in time. And man, I'm gonna tell you what, Bale storage can be a real pain when it comes to certain maps. Trying to get bales in and out and trying to sort them, even just trying to find somewhere to put them, it can be a pain. And one of the only very few maps out there that actually has a storage solution built into the map is Pleasant Valley 3. Well, the closer it gets now, it's looking to be like 3.6 now actually. So it won't be too long before it'll be Pleasant Valley 4, I imagine. Um, at least until FS19 comes out anyway. Anyway, so you're asking yourself, well, Jeff, why do you have a trailer full of round bales and they're all mixed together? Well, technically, the only way that I could do this is to actually buy the pallet placeable style bale system, where you could just purchase your bales as you go and um, do it that way because I didn't have anything built up in order to show. And unfortunately, some of the things that they also released regarding the Bale system, um, well, I'll show you guys when we get down there. Let's just take us a quick little ride real quick. Whoa. It's like I think all majority of the weight is to the front and it's pushing the truck around. But we don't have far to go. Now these are placeables. They're It's not something that you got to use GE to put into the map, and unless you absolutely want to, then that's your choice. Um, I tried to look into myself to go about kind of cheating and adding my own bales and stuff into it, and I couldn't find any way. Um, those guys tend to do a lot of scripting. Man, hang on one second, guys. Let me take something to drink here. Damn sinuses. Okay. I don't want to be yakking and coughing in y'all's ears. But check this out. Now, don't mind the placement of how I did this. This is something that they recommend you do, is to find a flat surface on whatever map you're using, and you put it in that way. Now what I'm going to do, because round bales have got to go into that one right there on the left. These two on the right. Let me turn this truck off. This one here is for uh, wool pallets. And if you walk up to it, let me bring that all back up. If you hit your R key, it tells you of how many pallets is in, how many objects as far as liters. The capacity will hold 110 pallets, and I guess that would be, well, we'll find out when we go over there to the Bale one. This one here is for boards. So again, if we press the R key, I'm assuming that the load means that you load load out however many you want at a time. So I'm assuming that 3 is the limit for this one, but it'll hold 27 in total. So let's walk over here and try this. I've already got some hay and straw in here. It'll also hold grass, and it tells you, you walk up to the little board here, it's like, I guess it's like a little chalkboard. It tells you how many objects are stored, the object size, the space, and total liters. So right now, as far as straw, we only have 8, 4,000 each. You got 100 storage space left, and total liters is 32,000. And the same thing for grass. Oh, wait. Let me back up. Let's try something. So if we hit R, and we want, let's see, it'd be hay, grass, we don't have any. Let's do straw. Let's load out 2. And there we have 2. Now with those 2 being there, I wonder what would happen if we said load out 2 more. Nothing. Because obviously that's a trigger there and it's not cleared. So if we pick these up and move them out of the way. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I spawned in hay. Okay, alright. Well, I'll tell you what, let's try this then, since there's already 2 there, and we're on hay. Oh, it won't let me do it? Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. Alright. I thought it wasn't gonna let me, to do another one. So, got... That's interesting. There is no free space at this place. So you would have to move the 6 that you have there off and put back in. Now, the way I loaded these in is I just picked them up and tossed them. Now you could do this with a bale fork or whatever you prefer. I'm just doing it this kind of the cheaty way, just to show what we've got going on here. Then of course, when I leave the game, I'm not going to save any of this anyway. I do wish I had some boards and wool though, but I don't. So we're just going to have to do without on that one. Alright, so if we hit F1, work position, unload center, hit Y. Let me jump out. Now let's start tossing these puppies. I love this, man. This is great. Because what happens theoretically is that what you see right there, if you notice, I don't have any hand to pick it up, and it's obviously there's a collision there because once you got it stacked up, however high it goes, um, it would just show like a visual representation of what was in there, but it's not like an actual physical object. So when the game loads in itself, it's not going to load the building then the bales like if you were to have them under a shelter like this right here. Um, the way Giant's physics works or whatever is that it has to actually load in every single model of those particular bales. And this way, you would be able to put set amount of bales into it and it would remove it from the map and wouldn't cause so much server lag. So it would be great for, people who either A, don't have a high-end computer, or B, for those who prefer to play on multiplayer. We're almost there. We're almost there. And there we have it. The whole truckload of bales. Well, I ain't gonna say not a whole truckload. It was plenty. And now when you come and you need set amount, let's say you needed to go feed your cows, and you needed some bedding. So there you spawned out 2 bales. Now I don't know. So that was straw. So it did let you spawn out even more. But I'm pretty sure there's got to be a limit at some point in time. Yeah. Okay. So even though there's 2 bales left in there because there's 6 here, it is saying that there's not enough room. So you would have to move them in order to get more out. Well, let's take a look down at the store here. And be under placeables. And this is their branded name as far as Tech Farm. Oh, I didn't want to buy it. So it can hold up to 108 bales. Storage for straw, grass, and hay. It can hold up to 108 of each type. Round bales can do 120. Board pallets can do 27. It can do 110 as far as wool. Not bad. Not bad at all. Because I had said something in the past about how it would be nice if somebody could extract the contents from that Bale storage system that was on Pleasant Valley 3 and be able to use it in a placeable form. And believe me, I had tried myself. And it was not a very, let's just say it was a daunting task to try to attempt. I mean, you've got to be able to know how to write an XML for it, do a script for it, etc., etc. Now, I would almost would probably would guarantee that this is probably not going to be uh, something that's going to be available for console users because it is using the script. And let's let me go over here and look real quick. That's the only thing I hate about that Google notifications. It tells you exactly what email you're getting and pops up whenever. I need to turn that stuff off, I suppose. Um, Farming Simulator. Official website, go into mods. Yep, Ls-Modcompany. So Kevin K98 and Erebus, or GTX Kevin K98 and Erebus, is the three people who designed and made this. It says, let me get my voice clear. These bale storage buildings are a great way to store a large amount of bales. These storage sheds are the perfect match for Seasons Mod. Bales can be respawned on demand by using the built-in menu interface, which is what I showed by pressing the R key. It is also compatible with the farming tablet when using the Storage House app, which I do not have. I don't know anything about that. I probably won't get into it. Squirrel barrel store. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe I could talk better. Yes, I can speak English. Square bale storage, straw, grass, and hay. Square bales, 108 bales of each type. Round bale storage, straw, grass, silage, and hay. Round bales, 120 bales of each type. Important, because there is some round balers out there that, well, square balers too, I'm sure, that actually makes the bale bigger in size. So it says important. Modified bale sizes will be accepted and respawned in the same order as delivered. The physical size and look of the respawn bale will be the same as a default bale no matter the size. Ground markers are linked to the game settings menu. So I'm assuming. Wait. So it's probably talking about these, I would assume. Let's see what else. It just says flat ground only. So if you're on a map, it's really, really uneven terrain, then you might have a difficult time trying to put these down somewhere. And they're not that big. I mean, they don't take up a lot of space. I mean, you get up in the air here and you can see that the one for the round bales is actually, a little bit bigger, but the one for the squares aren't that big, and then the one for the wood pallets and wood and wool pallets aren't that big at all. So I could just chalk it up as to these being the same size as those shelters right there, technically. So if you got somewhere that's, relatively close to what you need it to be as far as flat ground, then you should be good to go. Um, these are on the in-game mod hub for Giants, or if you go in game and you go under the mod hub, they'll be in there. And if you prefer to just go to the website and do that, I'll link all that stuff up. Because personally, I think it's faster to download from the website than it is to try to download from in game. Strange how that works, but that's just how it goes. And all all of those, including the tablet and the app that goes with it, is all in the same place. So I may link all that stuff in so everybody knows exactly what they're looking for. And nah, like I said, I don't have anything to do with as far as the tablet and apps go. That that's something I'm probably not going to get into. So, anyways, that is awesome. I am glad that finally somebody stepped out of the box and did it. That that is great. That is fantastic. It's been a long time coming that somebody did that, and hopefully when FS19 comes out, either A, they'll be able to just easily move these things over into it, or B, this system will be implemented into FS19. Because, well, without getting into a big debate about the game itself and all that, I mean, FS17 has came a long way since the early days. When I came in, was around FS13, and I have seen it grow. Some people kind of, I don't know, seem to think otherwise, that they've not gotten any bigger and better or whatever since then. But if you really want to go back in time, look at like FS 2009 or 2008 or whatever it was, and then compare it to now. Compare those two together and see what you get. And I assure you that you'll be surprised. But I think that's going to be it as far as this is concerned. Um, I hope you guys will download this, and if you know any of those people who made it, give them a high five, a virtual high five, or whatever, because this is pretty badass. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You guys have a good one, and we'll catch you later.